Okay, before we attach the waistband, we have to prepare the waistline area by stay stitching the sewing line of the waistline. Okay, as you can see, she's manually stitching this as she may hit the metal stop of the zipper. The dart should be folded towards the center back. And of course, we're opening flat the seam allowances. This is the side seams. We start with the center back. We are pinning the wrong side of the waistband without the stiffener on the wrong side of the pants. Okay, you see this is 1/4 of the mark on the waistband, and we will be attaching this on the side seam, which is 1/4 of the waistline also. Okay, so this is 1/4 of the waistline facing the front. As you can see, the pin is right on the center front of the front part of the pants. And we continue attaching the waistband on the placket of the zipper. The waistline of the pants is aligned on the line of the sewing line of the waistband. So again, this is the center back, and we will be pinning first 1/4 of the waistline on the back area of the pants. So as you can see, this is 1/4 of the waistline on the center front of the pants, and it is right on the edge of the placket, which also is the center front of the pants, because this area of the placket is the sewing allowance. Now we will be connecting the waistband on the pants by machine sewing this, and the edge should be lock stitch. As you can see, this area is thick, so sometimes we have to manually manipulate the sewing machine, because this is where the zipper is. We really have to turn the pants this way, making sure that no part of the pants that need not be sewn is sewn. This is where the teeth of the zipper is. Again, the lock stitch the edge. Now to check if the alignment on this area of the waistband is even, we close the zipper, we fold the waistband this way, and also the other side of the waistband this way, and lay this on top of each other to make sure that this area is aligned. Otherwise, we will just have to readjust the stitches that's not aligned by ripping the stitches and sewing it again. Well, one reason this is well aligned is before we attach the waistband, we have closed the zipper and checked and made sure that the sewing line of the waistline on this area is aligned. This side meets the other side in a straight manner. Now we will be removing the excess sewing allowance by retaining 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeters. Now that we have cut the sewing allowance, we will fold the waistband this way. And we will close this at the very edge of the placket. We will machine stitch this and close this way. Her guide is the edge of the placket to mark the sewing line for the closure of the waistband. Make sure that you're just closing the waistband and not sewing the placket or including the placket. Again, we will be closing the end of the waistband using the same procedure. To mark the closure of the waistband, she's being guided by the edge of the placket. Of course, the edges of the placket should be lock stitch. But don't include sewing the placket. The stitches should just be on the waistband. Okay. We will be leaving 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter sewing allowance. On the end, we will be snipping this so that we can get a sharp corner when we reverse the waistband this way. Again, we just leave 1/4 of an inch or 0.6 of a centimeter sewing allowance, and we snip the corner to get a sharp corner. So now we will be laying the edge of the waistband flat on the right side of the pants. Be gentle with the use of the scissors when you're trying to get a sharp corner. Again, check if the line of the waistline of the folded waistband is aligned going towards the other side of the waistline. Now we are ready to finish the waistband by sewing a top stitch. Okay, this area is quite thick, so maybe we have to manually manipulate the sewing machine and adjust the stitch length. Okay, here's where the zipper teeth is. So we have to manually manipulate our sewing machine. This area is quite thick, so again, we have to manually manipulate the sewing machine. This area is quite thick, so we have to adjust the sewing machine. And we will lock stitch this. We're finished with the attachment of the waistband. If we used an industrial sewing machine, this area will really be flat. Now that we have finished attaching the waistband, the next step is either to sew in a buttonhole and attach the button or attach a hook and eye. For your guide, the eye should be aligned to the teeth of the zipper here. Okay, and this one will just be attached here.